All right, y'all, listen up, man. Listen up. This is going to be a short video, YouTube, okay? Again, it's 10:16 p.m. I don't care if it's a.m., p.m. I'm going to show up every single day that I see some crazy going on in the markets, or we see some drop-offs. Again, I told y'all, you don't need to chase, right? Have some options played that you're looking at. For example, Uber 96, Uber to 100, right? I've always got my eyes on those type of option plays, right? But when we look at Microsoft taking a dump, okay, after earnings, we get into a situation where we're doubting ourselves, right? What did the Fed say? How did rate cuts go? Well, rate cuts happen, around 2 p.m., right? That's where the Federal Reserve is speaking. This is because of earnings. So this concern is because of earnings. But if you're a long-term investor, this means absolutely nothing to you, okay? And then I want y'all to know, in the 3 months, this stock was at 511, okay? It was at 495. If they want to pull it lower, Microsoft is a company that's going to stay around for a while. I can tell you that right now. Everybody's using Excel. Everybody's using Microsoft SQL. If you don't know what SQL is, it's structured query language. It's how you interact with databases. This is next level stuff, you guys. And Microsoft has its own server where they use that, okay? Let's talk about Meta. It's another big name I want y'all to keep on your radar, okay? They took a dump. Look how fast they recover in the aftermarkets, right? When I look at this, there's one stock I think about that went down 7 to 8% after earnings as well. That is Netflix. And look at Netflix, you guys. So Netflix took a dump, right? But when we talk about AI spending, when we talk about a CEO that holds weight on his name, you don't really bring Netflix in that conversation, but you for sure gonna bring Meta up in that conversation, okay? So monthly, Netflix is down, okay? Now, a lot of people are gonna say, why is that? Because of their spending, right? Their spending is insane. But if you are a long-term investor, again, you are just going to dollar cost average and look at it as a long time horizon, okay? There's nothing to panic about if you didn't trade. If you don't got an option call expiring tomorrow, you got nothing to worry about. You just need to be able to buy consistently. For example, let's look at the SPY, right? The SPY recovered instantly. It recovered instantly after that dip, right? We see a sharp drop off to 683, and I was thinking about going short here, right? To get a retest down to this bottom. We didn't even test that bottom again. That is how strong the market is right now. And this is going to go to 700. Mark my words. This is going to 700 because look at the buyers. Look at how strong the buyers are in this market. You may think it's a seller's market, right? But the event we had today, I don't think it's going to hold as much weight as tomorrow when Trump speaks with China. Trump speaks with China tomorrow. Keep that in mind. The Federal Reserve didn't even bring a lot of stock companies' name up. A lot of questions about the stock market being overvalued were asked to Jerome Powell today. And he never likes to put out asset names on live because he knows that's going to lead to manipulation in a way, right? So keep that in mind. The S&P 500 still green on 3 months. I am selling this at 700. When we go to 700, then I can go ahead and say they're kind of stretching this now, okay? We're going to be at about up 20% year to date, and I got another position in S&P 500 that I'm selling. NVIDIA, what is my price target on NVIDIA, okay? Let NVIDIA cook. This is in my long term. Again, NVIDIA is going to go to $230. $230. Write this down somewhere. Keep it safe. I'm going to buy more NVIDIA tomorrow. I'm start buying like 40, 50, 40, 50. Under 215, I am buying NVIDIA. But my average cost, I want you to know, my average cost is 167. So I'm going to average up in NVIDIA. I don't care if I go up to 180, right? Because I'm going to take this to 230, and the best time to do it is by the end of December. And if I can grow I only got like $250 in there. If I can grow it to 600, right? I get a nice profit percentage, nice profit gain, and I can sell that. Then I can wait for a pullback. And I can tell you this right now, NVIDIA can go to 230, but after that, it's kind of stretching it, in my opinion, okay? Palantir, I think this is hit 200 now. Okay, or almost, yep. $200 a share. I want you to know that this is extreme profit taking zone. Okay, 3 days left until earnings. Again, you guys see what earnings can do. The stock can either go up or go down. So if this goes down 8%, 9% on earnings, you need to start thinking about, oh, what level is a good level to buy in for a midterm swing. For example, I bought Palantir at $150 a share. Look at this, guys. I bought this in August in $150 a share. It's currently $200. Okay, I bought 2.9 shares. The idea here is to get these companies at a good price. Now, my goal was to day trade Palantir that day, just to see how quick they can move up. And this stock likes to move. This is like Amazon in the 90s. This is like Amazon in the 2000s. Crazy high PE ratio, but they can produce. So keep these big companies on your radar. I want you to look at some of the smaller companies, and yeah, you get excited with those, but those are very high risk. Something like Meta going down 8%, that's laughable, right? You can laugh at that, right? But if you look at how high they can go up, this is going to go to 850 in the next year or so. So if you're an investor and you're looking at the future, you're forecasting on how they're going to build AI. Okay, as we talk, look at that. Trump and XI shake hands and begin high stakes. This crazy stuff, right? So as Meta starts to produce more and more AI, right? They become more vocal about AI, and they start to really hammer some of these AI infrastructures deals that they're trying to do, right? I want y'all to know this is going to be $1,000 stock. This price action is similar, very, very, very similar to Netflix. I saw Netflix around $800, $700. I'm not kidding, okay? And Netflix went to 1,000. But we got to have these stop points, right? And the stock has to consolidate. The stock has to chill out for a little bit. If you look at this, I was looking at Netflix around 900, 800. And for the longest, it never really popped. It takes a couple good earning reports, a few more catalysts that are positive, and the stock can go to 1,000. Now look at this. Look at these prices in Netflix and think about Meta. Think about it, right? So I'm going to actually buy some Meta if I see an attractive price. Again, last 3 months, not too much, but year to date, I mean, if I see a level like 650s, right? If I see a level like 680s, I can start entering the stock. Don't ever wait. So if you look at this, don't ever be like, oh yeah, I'm going to wait for $500 a share. That's not going to come. Because this was an extreme buying opportunity that sometimes comes in the market and sometimes doesn't. We saw something like this back in 2022. For example, look at this. 2022 Meta was $130 a share. So we don't really see these type of buying opportunities. So don't just say, oh yeah, I'm going to wait for $113 a share. I'm going to buy at the dip. That dip will never come again probably. Because there was economic uncertainty here. There was multiple factors baked into the stock going down, not just the business uncertainty. Okay, now keep this in mind. I'm going to start buying Meta at around 640, 650, or I'm going to start buying more aggressively at those levels. But buying at look at this, buying at 695 is a good entry. It's an amazing entry. So I'm going to throw in like 300, right? We go lower, another 200. We go lower, 600. We go lower, we get a lifetime buying opportunities. I'm pulling everything out of the savings. No, just kidding. Don't do that, right? But I'm going to basically put down a lot of money because I know where this company can go, all right? Another thing to watch out for is Amazon. They got earnings soon, right? Again, around earnings, stocks like to consolidate. Don't let that scare you off, all right? Again, Amazon is another good stock. Watch out for them. So this that's the heads up. We are still in a bull market. The craze of the stock market being high has not stopped. Okay, keep in mind S&P 500 is up almost 8% last 3 months. You don't see this very often. I'm up almost 16% in my small position. But as y'all know, this is one of the best months I've had ever in the stock market, and it is October. Okay, as y'all know that my profit this month has been absolutely insane. I'm super blessed, but I'm very much more happy that I'm consistent. I'm buying Uber at the right prices. I'm waiting patiently for that $100, $101 retest. I still think Uber is going to go to 105. Nothing's going to change that. They had so many newses, so many articles that came out about Uber, just indicating this is going to be a nice stock to even swing trade, or just a nice stock to invest in the midterm to long term. By the end of 2026, this could be a $110 stock. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.